And now for a quick disclaimer. The T-Bone
and Chick Brew
in the morning show is for infotainment purposes only.
The opinions expressed here do not represent
Naval Station Rhoda, the Armed Forces Network,
or the Department of Defense.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. I won't.
Good. It's too early for that.
And what if it's your name?
No.
You can't really have that as a theme song. Don't call me Angel.
Oh, we should play that song. That's not my name. Do you remember that song?
Yeah, well, now that we've made it relevant. So, already got the Peters family up, drinking coffee and listening to the show this morning. Good morning. Hi, how are you? It's so nice for you to join us this morning. For the rest of you, remember, if you're not a part of the fan page, your input really, we don't hear it.
Anything you have to say means nothing.
If you don't listen to the ad that I post letting people know that we're about to go on the air, it has a different ending today.
Oh, does it?
It does. Innocent, childlike voice.
Is that our good friend?
Yes, our little voice actor that came in. I went ahead and I haven't uploaded a commercial yet that I want to do, but in the interim, I have uploaded a tiny little ad on the social media pages there so that her voice gets heard.
She's real cute.
She's cute, and innocent voices, and hopefully she'll be the voice of the latest PSA that we come up with. We haven't done any PSAs in a while.
I know. You know what I really missed this holiday season was our explanation of the holidays.
I reposted
you posted them on Facebook, but I miss hearing them on the radio. Those were so funny.
They were funny. I enjoyed those.
That was a good time. Making them was also quite the experience.
Yes.
Was that the first time? I think that was like the first time that we really recorded a series, because then we started the Really series after that.
Yes. I don't think the Reallys took off.
No, but which one was the one? It didn't take off, but they were funny. People who heard them liked them. I think we just didn't continue it.
Or yeah, I don't know. I'm focusing on my new web series, 50 to a Hundo. How to live to 100 or die trying. It's I feel like, either way I can win on this.
Okay.
Yes. As you know, I recently celebrated a anniversary of my parents' love, the amorous relationship of my family, and the creation of me. And that particular anniversary, wow, we're blowing up this morning. That's awesome to hear. We'll get to you in a second. This particular anniversary triggers a lot of medical procedures.
Oh, no.
So I meet my doctor yesterday, and I can't help but notice that every time he says the word colonoscopy, he's got a big smile on his face. Like this is his favorite thing to say to somebody. It's just a big cheese-eating grin every time he mentions the word colonoscopy.
It's just probably really happy that finally he gets to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, everything about that experience was different for me because, I'm already a hypochondriac that is getting worse with age. And when I say worse, it's still manageable. It's not like I'm nutso. I'm just mildly nuts. So I don't like being in medical, and here's documented proof about my issues just being inside the medical facility, where I shouldn't have an issue, but I do, because I'm nuts. They take my blood pressure, like, oh boy, your blood pressure's high. And we converse, 15 minutes, I'm cracking jokes, we're having a good time, and then he breaks out the cuff, we're gonna do another blood pressure thing. And when we do the other blood pressure thing, I'm perfectly where I'm supposed to be on blood pressure because I've distracted myself from the fact that I'm inside medical by telling jokes. And we're going to check your messages. So they're coming in. I love it. Remember, this show is about you. Your participation is what makes it happen. It's T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning. So listening to the sounds of you hacking up along... and the sickness that has enveloped my household. So I'm just going to say...
I just think an organ's going to fall out of my body.
How does that feel exactly? Where just show me, point to where the...
under my right rib cage, it feels like something just needs to fall out of my body.
Okay, yeah. Well, having recently diagnosed somebody with appendicitis that needed an emergency appendectomy...
No, this has been hurting for like 4 weeks. I'm fine. It's fine.
Am I contagious? Are you becoming me?
It's livable.
I'll be all right. I got this. I'm fine.
Yeah, I mean, if this organ just falls out, I'll be fine. Everything will be fine.
Yes.
Is that
but
not the right way to do it?
The opposite is, so the easy thing to say, and I think men do this more than any species, any portion of our species, is everything to us is explainable. Usually, it's just gas.
I stopped drinking.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming that by the end of this month, it will have corrected itself. It's either when I looked at the online pictures of the inside of a human body, it's a liver or a gallbladder.
Or appendix.
No, it's too high up and not center enough for appendix.
Oh, really?
And it's hurt for too long for it to be an appendix.
Remind me to make you a medical degree online so you so you can justify this argument.
Eventually, it'll either...
Pain radiates. Here's an example of pain radiating.
It's very localized, okay?
I pulled a muscle in my neck.
Oh, you felt it in your toe?
No, I feel it in my eyeballs. Only when I bend my head forward. So
you've just stopped moving your head forward.
Yes. So no matter what's going on below my range of vision, I'm still looking straight up, and it's freaking people out, man. I'm very robotic in my movements.
Hello down there.
So I take Zeus to the dog park, the on-base dog park, which is absolutely fantastic because there's no one around. It's just me and having a good time. And of course, we're playing with the ball. And in the process, I pull the other muscle in my neck. So I got 2 pulled muscles in my neck. I'm walking around like a robot. I can't look forward. I can't make any sudden movements. It's probably just gas.
I feel like that's fair. Like, just be like, oh.
They create spot headaches. I don't even know if that's a real thing. I just know that if I move my head forward, I'm going to get a headache-styled pain in my brain. And
it's a tumor.
I didn't bring that up yesterday. I did.
I have got.
How
to
you
get
feeling? I feel great.
I feel fine.
I feel wonderful.
But you know that's true though, because if you go to the doctor, you could be like, I have a list, and I will write that list. I'll put it on my phone. I will write it on paper. Put it in my pocket. Get to the doctor. So tell me what's wrong.
Nothing.
I don't even know why I'm here. I'm not sure why I made this appointment. I think I was lonely.
I told them I was there against my will. I told them that I just celebrated. Well, obviously they know I just celebrated my 50th. Officially, people know I've been calling myself 50 for years. I officially celebrated my 50th.
It's no longer alive,
and the wife said if I want to see 51, I have to get a physical. So that's kind of a threat, right?
That's like a birthday present right there.
Abuse. Speaking of birthday presents, man, did I make out this year. I made out. You're going alcohol-free for February. I got enough to last me the year. Well,
I gifted you my February portion.
It all depends on the...
I gifted you my February portion.
All right, we got a lot to talk about. The Mike Stanley, he's listening in from Okinawa. Apparently it's raining in Okinawa, and he's upset that he did not win Fan of the Week last week, but the competition continues. Your input is appreciated. Search for us on Facebook by using the hashtag Lunsby, or call us in the studio 727-1025 or 956-82-1025. It's T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning. I'm surprised at how many of our fans are actually pro-colonoscopy.
Everybody but you.
Yes. And if you remember our last colonoscopy conversation, because someone I know was having the procedure done, I just found it incredibly disappointing that we have spent years making everything smaller. My calculator, my video camera, my voice recorder. I actually went looking for a digital voice recorder the other day and goes, oh, I forgot. I got a phone.
You have one on.
Yeah, I have the internet, my computer. I have everything in this tiny little box, but we've never spent any time making the colonoscopy thing smaller.
You know what? Let's say haven't made smaller.
What?
The things that they shove into your mouth to make a retainer. They're massive metal pieces.
They do. I think they were all designed by Steven Tyler was their model.
Right.
Yeah, another big mouth person.
A very sensitive gag reflex. I actually struck a corpsman one time while getting my retainer.
Carly Simon, that may date a few people, only a few people. But those are big mouth people. Any other big mouth people you can think of?
Linda Perry from Four Non-Blondes. She has a massive.
Oh, yeah. She had
Alanis Morissette.
She had I think she had a larger than normal mouth.
I think she also has very nice teeth. I think that
I
maybe
think,
it's like her smile.
I seen a recent photo of her, and I think she kind of let herself go.
Oh, no.
She got married and just she set the hook and pulled it. And
I'm in that part of my life right now.
Yeah.
I got married. Joke's on you. Get ready to have a fat spouse.
If you buy a new car, that new car is going to be new for a period of time.
6 months.
That's how it works, okay?
My poor spouse got 6 months.
I've been doing a lot of good
analogies
analogies lately. So, meanwhile, you're still hacking up lungs over there. There's people everywhere that are sick. Remember, your flu shot is free. If you haven't thought about it, just go on down to medical and say, hi, I would like a colonoscopy and a flu shot. I would like a twofer. Are you giving a buy one, get one free kind of thing there?
I got my flu shot. But it's my allergies. It's the wind.
It is the wind, my goodness.
Up and oh my Lanta.
I actually slept with the window open last night.
That was a mistake.
In retrospect, it is, because I'm feeling all of the stuff that blew around me. But my goodness, it was like having God's fan blowing on me and at high rate of speed. So yeah, flu shots, get your flu shots if you haven't got your flu shots already. I know most of you have to do it because it's mandatory. Me, I like to take a precautionary wait. I like to wait and see how everybody else is reacting to a flu shot before I get the flu shot, just because maybe that's the batch. That's the batch that turns everybody into zombies, and, somebody's got to kill the zombies. I'm not saying I want to kill you, but if you're a zombie, things got to be done.
Okay, so I need to position myself close to you in zombie apocalypse, because I'm not built for survival. We've talked about this, right? So I need to be... I'm going to hold up with as many snacks as I can, and when those run out, I'm just done.
So you're going to evade...
Netflix.
You're going to evade the zombies. Snack. You're going to fortify a defensive position, and then you're going to prepare to kill the zombies as you see them.
No, I don't have weapons.
You always have a weapon. This is my response to
throw my dog at them?
The active shooter training of run, hide, fight. Yeah, I don't like run, hide, fight. I prefer to evade, fortify, and kill.
Yeah. There's a really good hiding space in this building that I used during the active shooter exercise here, and no one could find me. I had snacks. I stayed in there the whole rest of the workday.
I've been here when you've tried to hide under the desk. I have photos of you hiding under the desk.
This is not a good room to hide in. There are windows everywhere.
No, because the radio station is the first thing that gets taken over in the course of a military junta. Junta. I think that's an actual word.
We're going to look that up when we take this break.
Yeah, we're taking a break, and we're going to play some music. We're going to check your messages, and we'll be back with more T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning. Oh, you mean the microphone was on for that? No. So, continuing with our morning conversation about the fine, wonderful people at medical.
They are.
I have to get lab work done. You know what that means? Yeah, I got to go in and they got to pull blood. And usually... Stabby, right? And to be a good phlebotomist... True, it's what it's called.
Yep.
The profession of phlebotomy, probably not the words. You got to be good at what you do, and because I'm a challenge. I got thick skin, if you will. I got some epidurals there that are my veins. They bounce around. I would never be a good junkie for the simple fact that I couldn't find a vein. But I can find other people's veins. I'm good at giving.
Stabbing people?
Yeah, I'm good at giving a.
Running a line, dropping an IV.
Yes,
I've been teaching Corbin this week. They have all these words, all this terminology.
But the thing about when you're getting older, when you're a hypochondriac, and they're going to take blood out of your body and analyze it for anything that could possibly be wrong, I'm already preparing to study for these labs. Like let's see, if I only eat vegetables at 2:00 in the afternoon for the next couple of days, all of this nonsense goes through my head, and I know it's just a giant roulette wheel, a giant crapshoot, man. Just take. All I ask when you take my blood is please try to find it, the vein on the first try, and take as much as you need the first time.
Have you been drinking water?
Yeah, of course.
That's super important.
Yes, I've got my water schedule already planned out for the lab work. Take as much blood as you need. Fill up a couple of extra vials in reserve. Just beware, my DNA's in there. We got a new listener today. Well, yeah, she admits to being a new listener, and she's a new listener on the fan page.
Oh.
Yeah, if you don't know what the fan page is, that's where you can find a bunch of off-air content where I'm allowed to say other things. And I don't really. I mean, I did share a link recently that was profanity-laced, but I was very clear that there was profanity in it, so enter at your own risk. We try to keep it as clean as possible, but sometimes we share stuff that may not be as clean as us. So welcome, T. It's good to have you on board the cavalcade.
Now I'm creeping.
She's the one that says it's my first time listening to you guys.
What? I don't know what I'm doing.
Hey, do you know...
I don't understand the internet.
Cookies.
Oh, I love cookies.
I love cookies, and I don't want to take any cookies before my lab work. But
I see.
Yeah, if I'm gonna have cookies,
this is the weekend to stock up.
I heard a rumor out there somewhere that people may or may not know about a particular drug-styled cookie that a very addictive. Very rare, and I hear this weekend those may be going on sale.
There's a new one that tastes like Fruit Loops.
I can't wait. Do you have any on you? Can we try the Fruit Loop cookie now?
I have the key to the storage, which has been just torturous.
If you tell me where the storage, we had that happen a couple years ago. Yep. I know a lot of people don't remember that.
I remember.
We had the great cookie. A robbery of
Chief's Mess stepped up and
what was it? The great cookie robbery of 2015. They stole the stock.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
That's all it takes.
Yep. Don't leave things in your car, people.
Yeah, we tell you all the time. Don't leave anything that you want to keep in your car. One of our breaks today, maybe in the next one, I'm going to talk about this way crazy dream that specializes on nothing but crime prevention.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's take this break right now so we can come straight back to that.
Oh, my goodness. Now, I know on the podcast they can't hear the music that we have to listen to, and that was a suggestion from one of our fans, and we're going to play it even if we're confused. And that voice does not belong in Yokohama. I don't know how that voice even got to Yokohama after putting her head down on the railroad track. We do like the fact that there was cowbell in the song. You know?
It started off strong.
But personally, I think all country music should have cowbell in the background. Actually, I think there's been this trend in country music over the last couple of years where it's gone really more popish. And you don't even really know where, except for
I'm
one
pretty
of
sure
those guitars on a table.
Faith Hill started that. Back in the day.
But that one sounded very, very country.
Yeah, no, that one. There's no.
There's no doubt about it. What is it with a guitar that's laid down on the table that's popular in country music? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
I was thinking centaur.
That's a half horse, half man.
Oh, what's the one the Indians play? It's iconic. The moment you hear any Hindi type music, you hear this particular
I have no idea
stringed instrument. So I got into this thing about hating Google. You know how I hate Google? Because I can't stand up in front of people and tell jokes without them getting on their phone and fact-checking.
I fact-check you.
You do fact-check me. I hate that.
And then I realize always telling a joke.
Usually, I try.
Oh, man.
And then I wrote a joke about that, and I've lost it. I lost it.
You're welcome.
So, let's tell you about a new segment. T-Bone. I didn't know what name I was going to use on myself there. Tony, TK, and T-Bone all ran through my head real quick. It was almost like I was mixing basketball teams like the Lakers and the Knicks. Yeah, that happened.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so, T-Bone's dream sequence.
Take me there, T-Bone.
So, of course, with the fan of God blowing on me last night, I had a wonderful dream, and I believe I was on the back of a person who was giving me a piggyback ride at a high rate of speed through all the tourist sites of an Asian city. I was being treated really well.
Riding on a Pegasus.
I was riding, it felt like a human. Turns out to be a human, but not the human I was expecting. At the end of my fantastical tour, where I got to see a whole bunch of really cool stuff in an Asian city, and I know that because of all the kanji and hangul written everywhere, I dismount the back of this person only to turn around and she's like Aberjani, one of the Baltic countries synonymous with the gypsies. She looks like an elderly gypsy woman.
You rode someone's grandma.
City. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't get a chance to see.
Was a Pegasus.
So I ride this woman all around the city. I finally get off and I see her, and of course, with the notorious small child that you would always see in a panhandling situation.
So Moana.
I don't know who that is. So, but the tour was so good, I was going to tip her really well. So I pulled out a 50 from my wallet, and I went over to give it to her. And wouldn't you know it, I lost situational awareness for a tenth of a second and trying to do a nice thing to this woman who gave me a great tour, tip her really well. They stole my wallet. They stole my wallet.
Moana's grandma stole your wallet.
And then I realized that they had stole my wallet, so I created this huge scene, and I find my brand new bag that I bought for Christmas underneath the leg of the so-called friend of the whatever you're calling Moana. We got a lot of things beeping over here. We're going to check out what they are. It's T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning.
Oh, my.
Well, that was quite abrupt.
Yes, that was my fault.
Shut up and dance with me. Turn it off the music. I got a list of things we want to talk about here. Do you know what next Friday is?
Valentine's Day.
It is.
I'll just be getting back in town that evening.
Oh, okay. So we're not working next Friday morning?
Oh, no, I have drill. By the way, I have drill next week.
Thank you, as always, for the notification.
Yeah. I should be there right now, actually, but I had to do my other work job.
All right. So basically, we won't be on next Friday. It's an extended weekend next week. So I will upload one of the old episodes next week in place of a normal episode. So you can get to hear one of the classics, if you will. I may choose one of our Valentine's Day episodes from previous years. Because it would be very appropriate on a Valentine's Day. And honestly, I think we can get away with it. If I just put it up on a podcast and don't say anything about it, they won't even know. They'll just like, oh, wow, they did a Valentine's Day episode. How cool. What they won't know is that's one of every year's previous episodes. Because we keep everything. So if you've never heard before...
Hoarders of content.
I do hoard content for my own personal protection more than anything.
I never said that.
I did get someone upset with me last week about the detour.
No. Oh, no.
Yes, this person said I crucified him. And I didn't, and I wouldn't. He's one of my favorite people, but he just kind of took it the wrong way, thought I maybe heard something I said that I didn't say, and he confronted me with it like adults do.
Good for him.
And I responded with, that didn't happen. Let me explain what I did do, and I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you, of course. So this is how it actually went down, and I'm going to apologize anyway. And then he did something in return that was perfectly perfect. He said, you know what? I must have just taken that out of context. We're good. How easy is that? You got an issue with something I say, you tell me. I tell you what I said. I try to... I'll do anything to have you not be mad with me. I don't want anybody to be mad with me, so I'm going to give you an apology, whether you deserve it or not. But I'm going to, kind of tell you where I'm coming from and apologize. Always trying to make nice. I like making nice.
Yeah. Well, it's tricky because
fun,
radio is we don't know when you're coming in. We don't know when you're tuning out. We can't control that. We talk in 4-minute time talk breaks. It's easy for things to get lost in the sauce, just like with a text message, right? You don't know where we're coming from. You don't know where we're going.
Yeah, you're picking up in the middle of a conversation. You don't know. Yeah. So
just assume. It's very safe to assume in this instance that we are not being mean to anybody.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what we do. We're very positive. I mean,
we love this community.
We love the community. We love the people. We love you. I love you.
Don't
Happy
ever do
Valentine's
that again.
Day.
Oh, gross. The whole base is now single.
So your Valentine's Day survival kit for the men out there, here it is. I give it to you every year. It doesn't change. All you need to do is this. You get her chocolates. That's what you do.
Chocolate.
I don't care. You just get her chocolates. Get her one of those little Russell Stover's heart-shaped chocolate thingies. Get her a card. It's not hard. There's a Valentine's Day section. Any one of them applies. Just grab one and go.
Happy Valentine's Day, my son.
That's what you're going to do anyway. And roses. A dozen of them. Don't cut it short. This is what you do. These are the 3 things you have to do for Valentine's Day every year. Even if your wife says something like, "Don't get me nothing for Valentine's Day." If she says that, that, it's a trap. It's a trap. It's always a trap. So chocolate, a card, roses, a dozen of them. Don't sell yourself short. Do that every year on Valentine's Day, and you'll live to see another. That's T-Bone and Chick Brew's Valentine's Day Guide. Strangely enough, or creepy, if you will, that song suggestion comes from our oldest documented listener, living in the island of Okinawa. That's right, this show spans 2 continents of active participants. Now, we've got other people that listen, they're just not active, at least in this way. So if you don't catch us live on the terrestrial radio on Friday morning starting at 0600, remember, we are available on AFN 360, the AFN. If you go to afneurope.net, there's a link there for AFN 360. Then there's a link there for Rhoda, and you can click on that no matter where you are. So that gets us up to 6 continents, because I don't know what the internet speed's like down in Antarctica. So if you've got an internet connection and you've got access to AFN 360, you could probably listen to us that way, except North America. I don't think North America's... I think North America is prevented from that particular avenue. And for those of you who are just in this for the humor and not for the music, we try to put out a product every week on our podcast, and you can find that podcast by searching the hashtag Lunsby. That'll get you to the fan page, and from the fan page, we regularly post there whenever we upload a new thing. And if you've already found us once on the podcast world, or out there in the podcast world, when we upload a new episode, it automatically sends you a podcast that you subscribe to has updated a new episode. So never miss a show. And, Tegan's a new listener. She wants to listen to us every day, which is hilarious in the fact that we are a once-a-week specialty. We're like your daily dish, but on Friday morning and for breakfast. We are not on every day, unless you download the podcast, and then you can listen to those as often as you want, whether you're on a motorcycle or not. There's, Yeah, she's a motorcycle rider.
Oh, I took a motorcycle class. I failed it. I failed the course by 5 seconds. They said I didn't go fast enough.
Yeah, okay.
So you had to go faster on the turns, and I was like, that seems reckless.
You just did that for a story?
No, I wanted to learn how to ride a motorcycle.
Well, I'll teach you that.
Just I wasn't very good at it.
As with everything, it takes time.
I know. I thought the course would be more than 2 days. It was only a 2-day course, and I thought that's not enough time if you've never ridden a motorcycle before.
That is a true story, because the course is not intended to teach you how to ride.
Right.
The course is intended to teach you how to ride safely. It's why it's called a motorcycle safety course.
I took it in the States, and that's the only one that was offered.
Well, if you still aspire to ride, there are plenty of people who will teach you how to ride.
Will you teach me how to ride a scooter?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Which one?
A scooter.
Like the little electric 2-handle thing?
No, God, no.
Like a 49cc or below scooter.
Yeah, like a little guy.
Yeah, I got a ton of friends out there to teach you how to ride a scooter. Because it's just like riding a bicycle. It really is. It's automatic. It just, with practice... you get better at it. And most of us that have ever ridden motorcycles or scooters learn that after your first crash, you know where the limits of your motorcycle is.
My dad would agree with that.
Yeah, if you're going to be stupid, you got to be strong kind of mentality. How fast can you go into a corner? How much can you lean your motorcycle? All of those are sometimes things you learn the hard way.
I have taken a roundabout in 4th gear. Sometimes we make mistakes. I still have a license.
Well, the great thing about scooters is they're automatic. The scooters and mopeds are all automatics, so you don't have to worry about changing gears or anything like that. So when it comes to motorcycle safety, you're going to have an accident. There's only 2 types of riders: those who have an accident and haven't had their accident yet. Remember, wear your safety gear. Yeah. Wear your gloves, wear your jacket, of course, wear your helmet. And when you're wearing the helmet, make sure the helmet's a good helmet, like one that will protect your face as well as your brain, because it doesn't do any good to have a brain and you got a screwed up face. And that has been your public safety announcement from T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning.
Stick around. We've got your AP radio news coming up, and then we will be back in just a few minutes.
Woohoo! There were special circumstances behind that song. and because of those special circumstances, I'm okay. But normally, that song, wow.
You love Kelly Clarkson. She's your favorite vocalist.
I'm not. I never was, never shall be, never will be a Kelly Clarkson fan. She's made some songs that I was like, it's a good song. But that one, there's that like 3-minute stretch in the middle there where it's just her aerating with like one person touching ivory of a keyboard. Like she says something long and windy, and then the ding, long and ding. I'm like, okay, that could have been faded out.
You should watch. Do you watch BBC One Radio?
Do I watch BBC One Radio?
Yeah, because they have their YouTube channel, which is just other artists covering other people's songs. Kelly Clarkson covers Rihanna. Her version is "Y'all Better Have My Money," and it is like watching your grandmother in a cardigan sing Rihanna, and it is priceless.
Me and my one of my daughters, it was Nina. Me and Nina are traveling through the IKEA thing, and in the background, I'm listening to music, and I'm like, hey, I know that song. So apparently there's an entire CD of them taking, like, the song that was playing was Rage Against the Machine, but the person singing it was nowhere. The whole way, the words were there, but the feeling of rage was not there. And that...
Complacency against the machine.
Richard Cheese.
Oh, yeah.
I
totally
love
forgot about that guy.
what he used to do. It still does, I'm sure.
Good stuff, though.
Yeah. So, I had an epiphany last night.
While you were riding the back of Moana's grandmother.
A separate one. This was this was an as awake one. In home studio. You know, I'm self-taught. No lessons. Thank you very much, Pop. So I'm self-taught. On green screen and all this stuff. The stuff you went to school to learn how to do video production and all that. I learn it as I go. So I recently learned a very important thing.
Don't forget it was Navy training.
Yeah. I recently learned a very important concept about lighting a background and how you light the background first and then you light your subject. But I was out of lights. All my lights I used before were me in the background together.
Just the flash.
Now it's just
from
me.
Your phone.
So yesterday I'm at my local hardware store and I'm trying to find a clamp light to fix this problem. And I can't find a clamp light, but he offers me something the size of a cell phone that is an LED light that is ungodly bright. It is, you cannot look at it. You will go blind. It is that bright. But my lighting situation has been fixed with something smaller than this. It's just mega powered LED and it's rechargeable. That's
super fancy.
It is super fancy. So I've got my lighting situation fixed. Now I'm all down to sound. Now I've soundproofed my walls. It didn't work. I've done everything, but I'm using the microphone on the camera, and I bought a lavalier mic. So I've got a lavalier mic. I can't make it work. Could not make it work. Because it's very simple. Plug the lavalier mic into the 3.5 millimeter jack on this that's for headphones only, and magically it's supposed to work. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. You need a splitter that I just found out yesterday. You need a splitter, and I believe today when I leave work, I'm going to go buy that splitter. And I believe
today
I will
be
have
money?
a functioning studio at the end of the day so I can finally get my January birthday wishes done. I do a video every month for birthday wishes. I'm running late this month because I'm having some technical difficulties. And thanks for sharing. Now you know this has been your how to do a green screen setup with T-Bone and Chick Fil in the morning. There were special circumstances behind that song. And because of those special circumstances, I'm okay. But normally, that song, wow.
You love Kelly Clarkson. She's your favorite vocalist.
I'm not. I never was, never shall be, never will be a Kelly Clarkson fan. She's made some songs that I was like, it's a good song. But that one, there's that like 3-minute stretch in the middle there where it's just her aerating with like a one person touching a ivory of a keyboard. Like she says something long and windy and then the ding, long and ding. I'm like, okay, that could have been faded out.
You should watch, do you watch BBC One Radio?
Do I watch BBC One Radio?
Yeah, because they have their YouTube channel, which is just other artists covering other people's songs. Kelly Clarkson covers Rihanna. Her version is "Y'all Better Have My Money," and it is like watching your grandmother in a cardigan sing Rihanna, and it is priceless.
Me and my one of my daughters, it was Nina. Me and Nina are traveling through the IKEA thing, and in the background, I'm listening to music, and I'm like, hey, I know that song. So apparently there's an entire CD of them taking, like, the song that was playing was Rage Against the Machine, but the person singing it was nowhere. The whole way, the words were there, but the feeling of rage was not there. And that...
Complacency against the machine.
Richard Cheese.
Oh, yeah.
I
totally
love
forgot about that guy.
what he used to do. It still does, I'm sure.
Good stuff, though.
Yeah. So I had an epiphany last night.
While you were riding the back of Moana's grandmother.
A separate one. This was an as awake one. In home studio, you know, I'm self-taught, no lessons. Thank you very much, Pop. So I'm self-taught. On green screen and all this stuff. The stuff you went to school to learn how to do video production and all that, I learn it as I go. So I recently learned a very important thing. Don't forget it was
Navy training.
Yeah. I recently learned a very important concept about lighting a background and how you light the background first and then you light your subject. But I was out of lights. All my lights I used before were me in the background together.
Just the flash.
Now it's just
from
me.
Your phone.
So yesterday I'm at my local hardware store and I'm trying to find a clamp light to fix this problem. And I can't find a clamp light, but he offers me something the size of a cell phone that is an LED light that is ungodly bright. It is, you cannot look at it. You will go blind. It is that bright. But my lighting situation has been fixed with something smaller than this. It's just mega powered LED and it's rechargeable. That's
super fancy.
It is super fancy. So I've got my lighting situation fixed. Now I'm all down to sound. Now I've soundproofed my walls. It didn't work. I've done everything, but I'm using the microphone on the camera. And I bought a lavalier mic. So I've got a lavalier mic. I can't make it work. Could not make it work. Because it's very simple. Plug the lavalier mic into the 3.5 millimeter jack on this that's for headphones only, and magically it's supposed to work. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. You need a splitter that I just found out yesterday. You need a splitter. And I believe today when I leave work, I'm going to go buy that splitter. And I believe
today
I will
be
have
money?
a functioning studio at the end of the day so I can finally get my January birthday wishes done. I do a video every month for birthday wishes. I'm running late this month because I'm having some technical difficulties. And thanks for sharing. Now you know this has been your how to do a green screen setup with T-Bone and Chick Fru in the morning.
Public transportation is the way.
Or bicycles. So whenever you're traveling in I don't know what the region is called. So the Netherlands and Sweden and Norway and those countries right there. Whenever you're traveling there, everybody's got a bicycle.
Yep, you just grab one and go.
Yeah, and those temperatures are not conducive to bicycling year-round, but they do it because their gas prices are less conducive to driving year-round. That's why I'm still a huge fan of autonomous vehicles. I see the future, and it will be. I see the future, and it hurts. Ooh, I bet you don't have that one in there from the Batman soundtrack.
Can you say that? I don't think you can say that.
I see the future?
No.
Is the name of the song.
The Man. No, yeah.
What if I said it like this? Flying rodent man.
If I talk to Rupert knows he's in trouble if I go, Rupert.
No.
Rupert, what are you doing? His ears go back and his eyes get all big and he's like, oh, I've really done it now. I've stepped in it, Mom.
There's something going on with the mail situation. I don't know what it is exactly.
I haven't picked mine up all week.
I have been in wild anticipation of a new toy for Zeus. And it's been so long, I'm starting to think they might have lost my order. So I got to follow up on that today. The fine men and women at the post office did an amazing job over the holidays getting everybody their gifts. But some of the gifts that I ordered didn't show up until this week. One of them, new dog bed.
I ordered something last year, and this has nothing to do with the post office. I ordered something last year in April for like a costume party. Amazon said that it arrived. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh man, I wonder if it came in another box, and I just threw it away because I didn't see it. Small item. Then about November, I had already closed out my purchasing, so I was like, I'm not expecting anything. This is great. I get a notice. It says I have something, and I'm like, the manager has purchased something. I will go collect it. No, it was for me, and it was the item that they said got here in April. it was that. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
It happens.
Where did you even go? Like, what did you see while you were out there? I wasn't mad at this point. Like, it was just funny.
It's nice. It's a surprise. The funny thing...
It's also something I never need in regular life, so it was kind of a waste.
The funny thing about the FPO and APO is it's really just one letter, and it makes a huge difference. Because every once in a while, we're sorting mail in our mailroom. There'll be a package in there for someone in an Asian country, and it's just an APO instead of an FBO, and it ended up here.
Yep.
And then in the time it takes to get it back to the post office, to get it back into the system, to get it where time elapses. So I know eventually, and the toy that I'm talking about, it's a suction cup ball. So like you put a suction cup on the ground, and it's got a ball attached to it, and they get to tug with themselves all day. I might buy one of those for me. That sounds like a blast now that I said it out loud.
We're going to take a break.
What are we doing? We're doing great there, are we? Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
They were flying. This morning has been fun, and it has been flying by.
Yes. You know why? Active participation by all of our listeners. So quickly, just want to thank Barbie, Lee, and Mike, and Tegan, and Genevieve, who may not be the best in song choice people, but
my pants are going to stay on today, and that is a great relief.
If you don't know what we're talking about, that's okay. You can always listen later. Give us a call in the studio, 727-1025, or via your cellular phone, 956-82-1025. And remember, you can always find us on Facebook by searching the hashtag LUNSB, LUNSB.
Well, we're going to play some more music. T-Bone is on the phone, being busy and popular. But is it going to take a long time, or it's going to be short? Are you crying? I don't know what's happening. He's either crying or praying.
I've been doing a phenomenal job under her what?
We'll be back in a minute.
He times it perfectly. He always walks in right as we're getting ready to go back.
That is the sign of a true chief. Oh, are you about to do something wrong? I'm here. And like,
we need to talk.
The worst
stealthy
words.
tiptoe of a chief.
The
and
worst
you're like,
words ever.
we need to talk.
Yes, I had an MA1 one time. He yelled across the way to one of the younger sailors. He goes, so and so, and he was a wonderful personality. Don Dudley, very gentle giant, really tall, big man, but very sweet and humble. And he'd say like Petty Officer so and so, and not my voice, his voice, which is very Southern Alabama, like John Coffey. We need to talk. He said that, and I was like, Don, don't do that, man. Don't do that. And no positive conversation in the history of man has ever started with "we need to talk." That's always negative.
And then I love when you like send the panic follow up, like especially if it comes in text. Hey, we need to talk when we get home. I'm like, is everything okay?
Yeah. I just want to talk to you about something. It's important.
And then it's like, oh, the funniest thing happened today. We couldn't have started. I have something hilarious to tell you. Would be an appropriate way to enter into that conversation.
There's a whole bunch of different ways.
There's so many words.
So testing our phone lines, we actually got a call in the studio this morning. We average a one about every 6 months.
Yeah, we're doing great.
We want to thank Luis for giving us a call this morning and saying hi. He wanted to tell me that I was doing a good job in my personal quarantine zone at my house because the wife has been on the sick list. She's been downloaded, if you will. She got her own version of the coronavirus, which, by the way, wildly blown out of proportion.
It's a flu.
It's a flu. It's just it's got a cool name to it, and they're making a lot of money by scaring everybody about it. And we've already said at the beginning of the show, get your flu shot, right? Of course, wash your hands. The number one means of transmittal is, of course, dirty people.
Stop picking your nose and eating your boogies.
Well, again, that's just you on you. You can
no, but
pick
you
your
breathe
nose.
all the germs in, and then it sits in there.
I don't care. That's you on you. As long as you're not shaking my hand with boogie hand.
Probably touching the doors.
Oh, yeah.
Probably touching your desk.
God.
I licked your phone the other day. I've never been in his office.
Yeah, so...
it was his cell phone.
It's not...
Wash your cell phone. Wash your cell phone. Hand sanitize your cell phone.
What a brilliant idea. So easy to do. And it feels cleaner.
Yeah,
it just
so much
feels better.
I wash my phone every week. Multiple times a week.
Luis is a steady listener, but he took a 2-week suspension for talking out of turn. So, so he's recovered from that very well. He goes out of his way to make sure he's not talking. Here's the reminder, everyone. Remember, when you listen to the show, you're a member of the Circle of Trust. We share with you, and if I were to say something about someone that you may know that is intended to be funny, you're not allowed to go back and tell her. So if I can get away with it because she's not listening and we have fun a little bit at her expense, don't rat me out. That's talking out of turn. You can talk about the show and loving the show and enjoying the show. You can talk about that all you want, and you'll never get suspended. Luis hit me up after our last show when we were talking about the personal breath detector. Right? Your own personal breathalyzer. I highly recommend those. I just got a new shipment in this week. They're less than $10 a piece. They're pretty doggone reliable, and there's no better peace of mind available than knowing 100% you are good to go before you drive. And remember, in Spain, the law is very simple when it comes to DUI. Any alcohol is a DUI. Now, the amount of alcohol increases the charges against you, but 0 is the blood alcohol limit here. And so you don't want any alcohol in your system or else you get a ticket. You got too much alcohol in your system, you go to jail. And you got way too much alcohol in your system, you go to prison. That's how that works out.
It's pretty simple. Yeah, it's pretty simple math. I feel like that's the easiest way to go.
So we've already done your crime, we've already done your accident, and we're going to include that the not going to prison one as your court-martial prevention. So the ACCs have been taken care of this week. When we come back, we'll close out the show and wish you a happy weekend. It's become a tradition. I just enjoy spending my Friday mornings with you and our listeners. We've been doing it for years. The more participation we have, the more fun the show is. We got phone calls and text messages. If you're not following us on the fan page, you missed a whole bunch of off-air stuff that occurred and humor that's going on there. So check us out there. Search Facebook by searching the hashtag LUNSB, Lunsby. It's the best greeting you can. It's like aloha, Lunsby. It's that word that you can use.
It is.
And what I want to talk about? Oh yeah, we hit briefly on the coronavirus. Again, it's a viral thing, and of course, microscopic creatures are the thing that kill the entire planet. Of course, I got that. But get your flu shot. It's for free. The people at Medical are fantastic for that because and while you're there, ask for a colonoscopy. Ask for the 2-for-1 deal. I swear you'll get a much better reception when you walk in to get your flu shot. If you ask, hey, can I sign up for the free colonoscopy? They will laugh. I love my medical people. I just don't like visiting them at their office. Recently, I saw a video out of China where a woman is beat down. It's a horrible video. She's a pretty woman, and the people in the CHT suits, the people in the suits come because she won't put on her mask. They beat her into submission. So here's your options, folks. When it gets to that point, you put your mask on because getting beat up for not wearing a mask is way worse than just getting sick.
I would probably be the first person to put on a mask. Oh, you're sick? I will wear a mask.
I have those masks in my office, and anybody that's coughing around me comes walking into my office. I throw one on as way before any of this panic began. And not only that, as soon as they leave, I break out the Lysol, spraying it all down because I'm a germaphobe.
I used hand sanitizer 9 times yesterday.
And in the end, being a germaphobe will keep me alive.
Or kill you faster. One of the two. You're not immune to anything.
It's been a wonderful show. Thank you for participating. Thanks for being a part of it. Thank you, Maddie, because your sweet little voice is the end of our new ad, and hopefully you'll be the new voice of our PSA. I said that right, Maddie?
Maddie, yeah.
Yeah.
Adorable Maddie.
You looked at me kind of weird. And that's that. We got stuff to do. You got places to be. I got places to be. So I remind you this week as I remind you every week, be the best person that you can be. And if you were a great person yesterday, be an even better person tomorrow.
And don't forget that you are loved.